Mineclub opened in January 2021 with promises of incredible content and plans to usher in a new generation of online gaming. Minecraft 2.0 was often quipped alongside the name of Mineclub. While the staff team and the owners are skilled at giving the appearance of a professional environment, behind the scenes, Mineclub is anything but that.
Okay, so we've got two ends here, and this is about to get really fucking messy.
But I didn't want to leave without letting you know that the shit you're getting into is not as good as it seems.
We were all once caught up in the hopes and dreams that Mineclub offered, but our hope has quickly fizzled out. The past year has been riddled with unfulfilled promises, manipulation, and outright irresponsibility.
If I ruined it for you guys, then I'm sorry.
I'd stay away from the whole thing before you get brought into another round of chaos.
Through these words, we hope to be able to paint a full picture of Mineclub and provide a warning for what we believe is becoming an increasingly dangerous and manipulative environment. We will tell you the story through the personal accounts of those closely involved with the server, verifiable facts, and the fate of the servers preceding Mineclub. We will only be including information that we can fully verify, and will respect the privacy of those involved as much as we can. We hope our stories and the thousands of hours we have collectively spent on Mineclub can be a warning to all, and that those in positions of power on the server take these words to heart.
Emotionally speaking, I'm on your side. Logistically speaking, you are fucked.
What do you think, Sorgen?
Minecraft is the most popular video game of all time, with a thriving third-party market that mainly takes hold in multiplayer servers. In the earlier days of Minecraft, these were typically faction servers, in which players would claim land, defend it, and become stronger as a team against other players. Over the years, more ambitious and creative ideas flooded the multiplayer space. MCC Island, Tubnet, and Hoplite are currently the newest, most popular servers, focusing on custom items, textures, and cosmetic items. But one server at the beginning of 2021 created cosmetics with extreme artificial scarcity, with promises of real-world value, designed to keep people playing and paying for more.
Mineclub is one of the fastest growing Minecraft servers of 2021. Its main draw is minigames and socialization, but it's also got obtainable cosmetics that, oddly enough for a Minecraft server, can't be directly purchased. But even without direct transactions for cosmetics, the server has already, within just a couple months of its public launch, attracted thousands of new players and raked in tens of thousands of dollars of profit. This is unheard of in any gaming community, let alone Minecraft. And the Mineclub staff make it abundantly clear that this is no accident, although they refuse to clarify on exactly how or how long they've planned for this.
On January 1st, 2021, Mineclub launched and within hours had accumulated dozens of players. During the entire month of January, Mineclub had a limited time beta hat event in which a beta hat would randomly be given to a player on the server every 15 minutes. The server owner, Nyx, advertised the beta hat as an item worth holding onto, citing the real-world value of RuneScape's party hats, which are now worth thousands of dollars in real life. Some players would log into Mineclub every single day with multiple accounts in an effort to claim dozens of these beta hats. Some players would wager with each other through the server's tabletop minigames to risk their items to reap double the rewards. So much so that many of them actually got addicted to gambling and would later pour in thousands of dollars into the server. This was the only appeal of the server, as Mineclub had no actual games released. It was just the marketplace, the community, and the gambling. In February, Mineclub's official release was delayed to March, and new beta items, the Beta Saber and Beta Title, were being given out once every 5 minutes, continuing to enable the gambling nature of the server and severe fear of missing out plaguing the player base. Mineclub did, however, release their first game titled Slime Walls. Slime Walls was almost nearly identical to the Minecraft Championship Hole in the Wall, the only difference being that in Mineclub you played on 4 teams of 4. The server kept growing, and on March 2nd, 2021, I had first learned of the server's existence. Upon logging in, I was amazed beyond anything else. I had never seen anything like this in a Minecraft server before. I was met with all of these unique textures and cosmetics. I was instantly drawn in. I logged out after a few minutes as it was getting late, but I knew I'd be back the next day. March was the only month on Mineclub where no new unobtainables were released, and the common belief was that the only unobtainable items on the server would solely be the 3 beta items mentioned earlier. I was on the server during all of my free time, multiple hours a day after school. In 3 weeks, I had managed to get 4 beta sabers, a beta hat, and 2 beta titles, while they were incredibly cheap in the custom marketplace. At this time, a few YouTubers on the server, Red, Wizard Magic, and Planet Lord, had made videos showing that they wanted to attain these items as well. Everything about the server was just so perfect. Well, that's not really the full story. You see, on top of all of these other features, Mineclub is a highly social environment. The early player base would commonly befriend moderators and even the upper management at Mineclub fairly often. These friendships, and sometimes even relationships, would lead to some people being promoted to admin seemingly out of nowhere. And while it was quite a cool thing to witness, it quickly became a breeding ground for drama and more. I do want to give a fair warning here. A lot of what I'm going to say moving forward is from my own personal account of information and things that I've witnessed during my time on Mineclub. And I realize that it's going to be quite difficult to provide all of the information necessary whilst also maintaining clarity. The original management at Mineclub, despite being paid by Nyx, the founder and owner of Mineclub, they were desperate to find any little bit of dirt on him, anything that made him out to be the bad guy. This all sparked after a young girl who forfeited her management role on another server came to Mineclub applying to be a manager. Around this time I was 16 and this girl was very briefly my friend. She was around 15 and apparently her sole existence was enough to create a lot of drama in the staff team, all happening under the nose of Mineclub's founder. I had been invited to a Discord server by one of my friends which had lots of players from Mineclub and some staff that I recognized. Actually, most of the original guides and moderators on Mineclub were in the server. Then, there was one of the 3 current admins of Mineclub, Thompson. I hadn't known this yet, but as I joined this VC, it was quickly revealed that Thompson was demoted from his role as admin, and soon after banned from the server. I was pretty confused. Apparently out of nowhere, I'm hearing of so much drama and hatred in the upper staff team, despite the server seeming so perfect and everyone being so friendly on its surface. What was even worse was when they mentioned the friend I had made earlier, saying that this girl was lying about her age. She told some people that she was 18, others that she was 13, and allegations that she had some sort of relationship with Nyx, Mineclub's owner. And of course, being 16 at the time, I sniffed out opportunity more than anything else in this. I could be the first person to cover the truth behind Mineclub, and potentially acquire thousands upon thousands of views.
Bruh, fucking poor Cherry in fucking Lounge 2, man. She knows.
She was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah,
The
they banned
VI
me.
fucking leaves. Yeah.
Oh, is
It
there
comes
drama?
back
Is
to
there drama
this.
voice too? Oh, jeez.
Oh
Uh,
my god.
They banned me from the
Welcome us.
Discord and the server, by the way. Just so you guys know.
Why?
Oh, God. Not that that's ever stopped
Um,
anybody.
I don't want you guys to resign because of me. I wanted to just simply tell you how it is, so you don't get your hopes up and then get fucking trodden on by this giant ass fucking load of bullshit they feed you. But just know that fucking Chantal was the complete opposite of whatever I said. And I apologize to you guys and to her. I've already apologized about the shit I said because it was just uncalled for. But in the end of it, I love you all, and I did everything I did for you guys, like I said before. But yeah,
We love you.
You're warming my freaking heart up, dude. I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
you, Lewis.
It's a bit odd to me in hindsight that was my main concern, but I also had a feeling of adrenaline from the idea of taking down Mineclub, a server backed by a multi-millionaire. The idea enticed me so much, so I gave in. I was tasked by these people to figure out my friend's actual age, and then to share this information with them, the specific members of upper management, and only these specific members. Late one night, I hopped into a VC in Mineclub with her, and suddenly the vibe was very different. Now, I used a different persona in my time on Mineclub, detached from my actual personality, which is important to know as this is later used against me. Because of this, I also used new accounts when I was asked for things like Snapchat and Instagram. I add most of my friends on these platforms, so the last thing I expected was to receive a solicitation for nudes. Now, my perspective was that if she was going to offer these things to someone that she had only known for a few hours, and doing this basically while in Mineclub, it became a concern for a multitude of reasons. Of course, her actual age being one of them. There were layers of problems that could potentially arise for Mineclub if a staff is using their network to advertise nudes, as well as, potentially endangering themselves if they're underage, which we still never really verified. As all of the other drama was going on, I had to screenshot all of this, I was told to, and sent this all into Mineclub's upper management. These images were only sent to staff at Mineclub and no one else. The next day, I find myself invited to yet another Discord server, one containing a lot of Mineclub's management, a designated safe space to chat shit about the owner and hunt down information. Upon joining the server, the managers provided me access to Nyx's full docs, told me that he was a sexual predator, and basically reassured that by helping them I was doing all the right things. They revealed to me that my screenshots were discussed by the owners, Nyx and Hylix, and they pass it off as a fake image, contemplating just banning me from the server. And of course, I didn't want to get banned from the network I had met many friends on and thought was so impressive. But if I was gonna get banned, I was gonna be banned on my own terms. I threw out all of my beta items in that drop party as advertisement for one final message. I maybe do this for a few minutes, talking about how the owners unfairly banned Thompson and are silencing the truth. Then, I get permanently banned for fake Snapchats regarding staff members. I know at this point that I was in pretty deep, but I didn't know the full extent until I woke up to over 80 messages the next morning with an incoming friend request from the big man behind Mineclub himself, Nyx. Nyx spent hours actively threatening me with legal action, literally since I woke up at 7 in the morning all the way to around 4 p.m. I'm not going to go over the full message history because there are still other arcs to this story, and this is the longest one, and it's really deep and intense, and there's just way too much going on. But he basically blames me for the situation and claims that this girl was being doxxed and that this screenshot was spreading all over the server, and it was going to be a really big issue. Despite the fact that his staff team, his employees, who he takes liability for, were to blame for handing this information out to anyone who asked. And that again, I only shared this info with the staff, understanding very well the severity this could have had. I go over my story with Nyx in an hour-long call. He really makes it clear that he is going to maintain a version of the story that keeps Mineclub's reputation in the clear by any means necessary, which concerned me a lot considering just how much the truth had been twisted by people trying to keep themselves out of Nyx's fiery wrath. Shortly after, the management were fired and removed and replaced, and things had calmed down. I remained banned from the server up until June as I appealed my ban in belief that this situation was really out of both of our hands, and that these staff were just incredibly toxic people. So that was it. The drama was over. Mineclub really was still good after all. Come on, we both know the answer is no, it doesn't end there. While in this situation, Nyx wasn't really to blame due to his staff withholding all of this information and trying to, cut themselves out of the situation and not get threatened by him. He can still be blamed for the way he manipulated the situation against me and, traumatized me at the age of 16, basically keeping the situation over my head at all times, despite it being resolved privately already. But enough about my situation. There's a lot more to cover. If you want to know more about the history of the server aside from the drama, my good friend Ballnose has a channel full of archived videos of his, where he documents a lot of the stuff that happened on Mineclub. I also have an old channel of mine centered around the server I'll be linking down below as well. In June, I started to make content on Mineclub, made more friends, grinded for months. In November, the new staff team approaches me, excited to ask me to aid them in creating a document exposing the truth of Mineclub and the staff team. As it turns out, volunteer staff members were being required to meet a weekly quota for their hours, as well as being treated poorly in general. They not only wanted to reveal this to the public, but they wanted me to provide them information about the connections I made early on in Mineclub, info about Nyx and Hylix that was shared with me, and they also wanted to legally prove the illegitimacy of Mineclub altogether, which, as Hylix puts it, they've certainly watched too many episodes of Suits. Having seen Nyx threaten to sue more people over smaller things, it did make me see how manipulative he actually is, and how deeply immature he is in response to criticism. I agreed to aid the project, but only on the condition that all the points could be factually proven, and that the privacy of anyone and everyone involved would be kept, including that of the owners. I still made content during this time. Mineclub Exposed was the fabled Big One project I was making alongside these people. Funny enough, at this time I informed my friend Clover about this partially, and he saved Vortex Dragon from becoming a Mineclub YouTuber. I spoke to Vortex for like an hour about the situation, and that Mineclub was really not something he would want to rope his audience into, all while he absolutely obliterated me on PvP Legacy. That aside, we got really logistical, looking through lots of legal documentation and legislation. And by we, I mean one person in the group. Because as much as I love to clown on Nyx for threatening everyone, all of this other work was just not that interesting. I mean, the main thing I wanted to talk about was how I was wronged by Mineclub, the story I kept being told not to share because it would allow Nyx to deflect these issues onto his employees, and that it was also just far too complicated to be included. But for that reason, it seems even more important to share. Well, at least it would have been at the time. I was just some random person on Mineclub, yet Mineclub was fully responsible for traumatizing me and involving me in layers and layers of internal arguing, legal issues, and their entire staff drama. Wasn't that worth noting? People were banned for criticizing Dodgeball, one of their games mimicking Dodgeball from MCC. People were banned because they complained about getting scammed out of their tournament winnings.
They're just gonna send a staff member out to hunt me, take me hostage, and hold me at gunpoint for the crimes I've committed against Mineclub, dude. Like, god damn, these guys take criticism so seriously. This might be the last time you guys ever hear from me. Okay, so the second main kind of point that I wanted to bring up in this video, and this is kind of like the meat of the video here, is the fact how, they not only borderline scammed me, but they borderline scammed the entire community. So basically, they were doing these $500 weekly kind of like cash cup tournaments every weekend. They did about 3 of these. In the first one, I didn't really qualify for any of them because I'm just dog shit at the game. But the second and third ones, I actually got good at the game, thankfully. And I ended up winning about $20 from each of the tournaments and a little bit of gems. I got the gems immediately. I'm not criticizing them on that. But the money side of it is where I'm going to be criticizing these guys. So a couple days after the tournaments, Rasho, you know, the main guy, the main money man, Rasho DMs me and congratulates me on being top 10 in the tournaments and all kind of stuff, and offers me a $10 gift card of my choice. At this time, I thought it was going to be PayPal, and I guess it wasn't, you know, clueless staff misleading me. I already talked about that. So at this point, I decided, okay, I'm going to take the little loss and I'm going to ask for a Visa gift card, as that's kind of the closest you can get to actual money. And they said they could do that for me. But a few days later, Rasho DMs me and says, please pick any gift card from here, and gives me the PayPal website. So you're telling me that I can't get actual PayPal for the money winnings, but I can choose a gift card off of the same website you refuse to pay me on. It makes zero sense. So, looking through this, I decided I wanted a $20 DoorDash gift card because, you know, I just wanted some food and all kind of stuff. I thought I'd be getting it that day, but, you know, it takes them a week to respond. And when they finally respond, they tell me that I can only get store credit or gems in-game. So after all this trouble, after all the tournaments, after all the trouble, they're telling me that I can only get store credit for actual cash prizes that I won. And I wasn't the only people affected by this. I talked to the OPA group, you know, MOPA, LOPA, NOPA, fuck me OPA, all that kind of group. And they all got the same exact DMs and basically got scammed just like I did. Now keep in mind, these owners, they're like fucking millionaires and shit. I literally don't understand why they're scamming their player base out of like 1,500. I don't know if you guys have ever been in like the owner calls or whatever, but the numbers that these guys throw out in there is absolutely insane. They're saying that they have over a $250,000 marketing budget, but can't pay me $40.
I'm honestly just devastated.
People were banned for saying a banned player's name in the chat, and most of those people were also threatened with lawsuits. The only time someone wasn't directly threatened legally was Balnos. He got a kind request. Man, what the fuck you mean? The fuck you mean a kind request, you bastard?
Huge player counts being present in the future, which means more views for us. But this was all on August 30th, none of which has happened nearly 6 months later. He not only told us, but the entire beta community a week later that they were going to be spending $25,000 that month on ads, and it never happened.
Mid-September, we're launching our first YouTube campaign where we have a really big budget. I guess I can reveal it. We're spending $25,000 for this entire month, and then next month we're going to be spending a lot more. And yeah, we're going to be displaying Mineclub to, well, millions of views, but that will probably convert into maybe 100, 200,000 joins. And then next month we'll do even more, and even more the month after. And we're really going to begin growing Mineclub.
Nix even came to my housing when a new update was out and lied to my face. I posted this in a group chat a few months later after I knew a lot more about the server and explained what I said above. And after the creator chat ended up never being used, he attempted to revive it by posting a few random things in the chat, like how lots of us had began doing shorts. He even took the opportunity to shout me out in the chat to, I guess, encourage uploading, as I had started to slip in frequency, and then once again started talking about marketing, which never happened. And during the previously mentioned beta call, he even shouted me out because he knew I would burst out of fucking excitement because of my love for the server. And as he predicted, I did. Because I really did love this server, and you can see it in my videos that I made, and Nick straight up gaslighted me, yes, I said it, just into making more videos so his server could succeed.
Alright, anyways, more and more of these pseudo NFTs were also being released every single month, so Mineclub kept rolling in money. I eventually cancelled the project to expose Mineclub, because in my eyes, a ragtag group of teenagers, realistically, were not going to hold much leverage over a multi-millionaire with a fucking BMW i8. I spoke about my situation with Nix in private with basically anyone who asked for info about it, but making this full expose video, that was so much effort, and most likely was just going to result in him threatening me for weeks again. So my new focus was to make as much money off of Mineclub as I could by IRL trading my Mineclub NFTs. I created a group of players that basically our goal was to get as many of the items from the new event as possible. 2,500 was the full circulation of these items, which means 10 people would have decent odds at gaining most of the liquidity. Myself and 5 others combined ended up getting so many items in the first few days of the event that we were offered real money for the items by the owner himself so he could redistribute them. We were like a combined 6 people, yet it had such a crazy impact, and that is still so funny and so cool to me. This would not be possible on any other server.
This is really weird.
Nah, I don't care. It's like a summer disaster. I'm just caring about the money. Because I put $60 into this, right? And I'm coming out with 150 USD. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's double my money.
It is like, okay, for me, right?
Oh, our statistics of our fucking thing.
Yeah, should I just message Nix? Oh, hey, here's other people that have.
Oh yeah, no. Oh yeah, so we're working on something.
Yo, yeah, honestly. Yeah.
Okay, I'm taking the 50. Okay. Let me write a DM.
I wonder if we're like directly responsible for this, you know?
Yeah, we're directly responsible.
You know,
it's kind of funny.
Literally, because we're the only ones that have been like buying boxes. Like almost no one else really has been. Literally less than 2 weeks later, Joey, the main developer at Mineclub, quit the server and tweeted claiming Nix has not paid him the remaining $8,400 he is owed for developing the server network. This was the final straw. Suddenly, the rest of the admin team and management dropped. The only people left on staff were Nix himself and another manager. These people mocked the server, dropping their own statements against Nix, and in mere moments, the server went from thousands of concurrent players to literally 5 or 6 in a few days. Months of silence passed, and then finally, Nix announced Mineclub would be shutting down, citing the toxic community for being at fault. Despite everything that was occurring behind the scenes, Mineclub as a community thrived during its 2 years, and stayed popular for way longer than MCC Island has, which was Mineclub's only real community. competitor. To this day, Mineclub remains an interesting topic of discussion. No other server has filled the void left by Mineclub, and honestly I don't think that void will ever be filled. No other network has come close to building and attracting the right kind of community. Servers like MCC Island lack social aspects of their network, and Hideaway fails to have any long-term engaging content. As much as I resent the owner, Mineclub was a genius idea that could have thrived for many years had the owner cared about maintaining any good PR whatsoever.
Mineclub is, at best, an unstable investment, at medium, a quick cash grab, and at worst, who knows what. A Minecraft server come out of nowhere, backed by a multimillionaire who wants no part in it publicly. A server streamlined for success, with literally each and every pixel placed to make you want to pay and play more. On their own, most of these trades wouldn't be cause for concern. But when it starts to add up, it starts to add up.
Emotionally speaking, I'm on your side. Logistically speaking, you are fucked, and
Oh my god.